Well, hello, my beautiful Leo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your yearly reading for 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Leo, this is your yearly reading for 2025. I can't believe I'm saying that, but here we are. Happy New Year, beautiful souls. We made it to 2025, and let's be honest, it's going to be wild and wonderful, chaotic, and downright weird. But when is it ever not? Okay, so I'm going to get each card for each month, and that of course means 12 cards from this deck. I will clarify with this deck, but anything more that needs to come up, of course I will use another deck to get a little bit more details for you. And of course, you know, this reading I'm going to talk about the energy, how it personally affects you as I actually shuffle the cards, and I will talk about global energies as well. Please fast forward this if you do not want to know about that and get to when I show the first card. So let us begin. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Leo? What do they need to know for 2025? Well, it really will be one of the biggest years of our lives to date. We can, of course, all feel globally that it will be a bit of a bumpy road ahead, but there are so many incredible opportunities available to you personally. It really does have so much potential. Venus moved into the sign of Pisces at the very beginning of January, which encourages you to walk boldly into 2025 with an open heart. Look, your very first card there, of course, is, you know, the puzzle piece. So this is about finding the missing piece or the missing ingredient in your life, but we'll tap into your personal energy in a moment. Now, of course, this is to romance your life a little bit more, add creative flair in all your endeavors, and aspire to the finer things in life. Follow your heart and fill it with joy. It's a perfect year to meet your soulmate if you're searching, and also to deepen your current relationships if you're already in one. But when Mars goes direct from late February, it's an all-out invitation to set your soul ablaze with wild spontaneity and adventure, whilst hitting your personal targets along the way. Now, this year is all about feeling fulfilled, right to the very core. However, 2025 will also be a bit of an intense year. It is not one we are going to forget, for many reasons. It's a 9-year in numerology, which is, of course, the end of cycles. It demands radical change. A new chapter requires a new version of you, and that's exactly your approach to many things this year. Now, karmic cycles are coming to a close this year, and of course, a lot of major planets are also hanging out in the sign of Pisces or Aries this year. I almost want to call it, you know, a clash of fire and water. Things will be heating up, and whether you've been good or bad, expect karma to come knocking on your door. 2025 is all about your personal journey. It's about discipline and self-mastery, reprogramming to move away from the past, from old hurts, generational toxicity, or wounding, so you can be set free and reignite that spark, that lust for life. Jupiter also plays a significant role here too. It wants to reward you for all your hard work, and it will be a fair exchange based on your karmic debt. Now, the energy plays an important role for you on a personal level. Anything that you're passionately creating, you will leave a legacy with, and all you dedicate yourself to really dials up the level of success in 2025. However, 2025 is the precipice of change, especially on a global scale, and with Saturn and Neptune close to 0 degrees in Aries, which has never happened in recorded history. A new era is birthing something radical. You may see drastic changes in infrastructure or in industries you work in or rely on. We'll see a lot of CEOs or figureheads of governing institutions stepping down this year. It's just a change of face, however. The old guard still remains in charge, if you know what I mean, for now. And Saturn and Neptune have been conjunct before, of course, but never at 0 degrees Aries, which will be exact as we actually move into 2026. And this is a pretty big deal. This conjunction has collapsed empires in the past, but at 0 degrees Aries, this is new. So it could be a fiery clash to topple old structures and rules, establishments, regulations, or traditional ways of doing things in order to replace it with something new, suddenly and, of course, radically. Now, examples, of course, of most notable Saturn-Neptune conjunctions saw the Berlin Wall fall, okay? So there can be some big impacts there. And you can Google what other empires or their legacies collapsed during this type of conjunction, which may indicate what we might have in store on a global scale this year. Now, on a personal level, this energy, it helps you challenge yourself to try new approaches or even new technology. This is also the year of the wood snake in Chinese astrology, which is overall a very auspicious energy. But remember, snakes can be charmed, and Pluto works extra hard to help you increase your intuition and see behind motives of whoever is playing the pipe, or indeed whoever is paying the piper. You know, the world is shedding its metaphorical skin this year, and things are shifting, especially in terms of physical landscapes. So on a personal level, you may be on a quest for newness this year. But the Earth, of course, itself is also shifting. And we'll see more seismic activity, even in areas not prone to it. Large volcanic activity will increase, as well as the potential for water-related events. Areas I'm drawn to in particular are the Pacific Plate, specifically an underwater volcano, as well as the Nevado de la Ruiz, I probably said that wrong, and of course St. Helens. And a hotspot area will be the Ring of Fire and the African Plate. This is an obvious one, of course, but also Turkey and Indonesia will see a lot more activity this year as well. We will see a gradual increase in solar flares affecting power grids until we reach solar maximum in July. So just keep a torch at hand, but this too shall pass, and I'm going to worry about there. And I wish I could tell you that this crazy weather will calm down, but unfortunately it will only increase. We may even see a Category 6 added to the hurricane system. I hope I'm wrong there, I really do, but anyway, I see that coming. But anyway, basically, tangible assets and financial structures will also be revolutionized. Economically, we'll see a challenging year ahead globally, but in order to come out the other side positively, we must go through. It's a year of sustainability, self-sufficiency, okay? And 2025, it will reveal revolutionary advancements in technology as well, especially in healthcare. And also, just when you thought you couldn't be shocked any further, Neptune and Pluto will gang up on well-known figures to expose those who are up to no good, especially on our dime. Now, this year is all about removing the layers. If you really think about the year of the wood snake, it's about removing the layers to see below the surface and rebirth and renew. So you'll have more energy and more spirit. You know, you're going to revamp your life in positive ways. Ultimately, it's about purifying, detoxifying, getting back on track and being successful in all you dedicate yourself to. And on a deeper note, the North Node forces us to look at what we've been accepting that has caused pain, sadness, or hardship throughout the last couple of years. Whether it's a relationship, friendship, environment, or even a lifestyle, it's a year to face it head on with a smile in your heart, fully understand what needs to change or what you need to walk away from, and in that very moment of empowerment, you realize what you're truly capable of to transform and transcend, to live life without limitations and live your best life. So, you know, this is a radical year, let's put it that way. And on a personal level, I see there's a lot of positive cards here for you. So let's get into the energy and see what we've got. Now, your first card there, of course, is completion. So this is the January month for you, so you're so done with 2024. I think we've already established that. And this indicates that you are now looking for the missing piece. But also this indicates that a lot of projects are coming to an end. You may feel like you're decluttering, you know, maybe gifting or even selling pre-loved goods, for example. You know, this card is all about stability. It's number 4 in this deck. So this indicates that a cycle, a big cycle is coming to an end for you, and it means a brand new start, a fresh new chapter with a fresh new you. Now, there's nothing wrong with the old you, but I feel like you are just building upon what you have already established in your life so far, because of course, 4s are foundational energy. So This card literally means that a cycle is coming to a close for you. Do not resist the end of something, because an end always heralds a new beginning. So it could be completing a project or finishing something and not being afraid of what's next. You know, sometimes we can face the future and, you know, be really positive even about its uncertainty. It's a blank canvas and you can create the masterpiece of your life. So I feel this is a very great card to get as the beginning, the January month. Now, of course, we've got the brain there, so a lot of brainstorming for new ideas, being inspired, lots more energy, but also this is about calculating, strategizing, thinking about your plans ahead for the year and beyond is what I see there. But of course, the puzzle piece indicates everything is starting to come together for you. So you're going to see a lot of exciting things happen there. And maybe West also points to the fact that you're thinking about your inner compass, okay? You could be looking at where you feel like you belong in terms of your environment or the people around you, the circles you find yourself in, but also the world at large. Can be that, you know, things are starting to take shape or come together to complete something that you've been working on for quite some time. But I'm just going to clarify the January energy for you, because I feel more than anything it's all about strategizing. I feel it's about your plans. It's about you helping things take shape. Look, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So you're starting the year on a measure of good luck, but also this is changing cycles. This is changing things up a little bit. You know, when we get the Wheel of Fortune energy, it means, of course, there's better fortune available to you. But there's a big old eye in the center there. So this is about you keeping your eye on things. It's really about you looking at your plans, your vision for the future, but also it's about you taking more risks. I feel some of you have promised yourself that you're going to do things differently this year, and you're just going to take more calculated risks, especially since we've got the brain there, which is to be very thoughtful. You're a very cerebral person in January, thinking about what it is that's really, truly important to you and looking at what you have. And then looking at what you have not and thinking, I want more of that. Or if there's anything that you have right now that you're thinking, actually, I want more of that. You're building upon it in the month of January. I would say January is a month to expect the unexpected. Some really great news coming your way whenever you get the Wheel of Fortune, but it indicates as well that in terms of your finances, you're keeping a close eye on your budget, because Wheel of Fortune energy can indicate that you come into some money, but then it's easy come, easy go. So you may be looking at acquisitions and how to build upon your finances. For example, you know, when you get paid, if you're in a job right now, you know, as soon as it goes into your account, the bills come out and you're like, you're looking at what you're left with. So you may be thinking of how to revolutionize your finances and build upon what you earn already. But also, if you are currently looking for a job, I feel January is actually a really positive month for you to step into one. Now we do have the Judgment card there as well. So this is you really focusing on your sense of purpose, turning your life around in some way. And I really feel this is about you noticing some really good things coming in. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is cycles, it's fate, it's destiny, and it's really about being optimistic about the year ahead. But it's also about breaking patterns, okay? So you're walking away from a certain lifestyle or a certain experience that you feel like you've outgrown. And January is just the start to really stick to that. So you could be making lots of intentions in January for the year ahead. I feel like you've probably already done that with the New Year's resolutions and things like that. But the Judgment card indicates that you're currently thinking, you're judging your path, you're plot pointing for the rest of the year. And this could be like vacations, it could be like new experiences. But it's more focused on your sense of purpose. That's what I'm getting there, your true life's mission and calling. So I feel that you're trying to be a little bit more flexible this year, especially in January there. And I feel with the Wheel of Fortune, there is a lot of good luck on offer for you to tap into. Now, of course, the Judgment card indicates that you're at a self-evaluation period, okay? You're reaching for a new life that you're aspiring to. So setting new goals, new intentions, doesn't mean that you haven't completed the old goals that you have. I feel like you're still on target for that. I definitely see 1, 2, 3 kind of major moments in your life in the year of 2025, where you will celebrate a completion of something and feel so excited. There's a lot more other things, but I feel there's 3 major ones that you're going to be like, yes, I did it. And of course, there's a lot of exciting other things along the way. But I feel with the Judgment card, you're looking at what you take with you into 2025 and what you leave behind. Okay. And that includes people. It includes food substances. It includes neighborhoods. It includes, maybe even a route to work or a route to your usual parameters. I feel like you want something different this year, a fresh new start. So some of you could even be like shaking up your route to wherever you normally go to so you can see a different part of the neighborhood or visit a new cafe or, I feel it's just all about the newness for you right now. And of course, with that Judgment card energy, I feel like you're listening to your calling. You're being true to your faithful path. And I feel this is about you following your heart and being completely on target with what you feel is your calling for the year ahead. I feel like you're starting really strong there, so very exciting. But I feel like you're just turning things around, shifting things. And of course, because we have the eye there and we have the brain, I feel a lot of you are focusing on what's healthy for your eyes and for your brain on a personal level. So this could be about you, monitoring what you watch, what you absorb, perhaps canceling out things like clickbait, which is like, click this link because the world's going to end tomorrow. Oh my gosh, if you don't watch this video and do this, and it's like raising cortisol levels or making you feel frustrated or anxious. I feel like you're monitoring that and connecting to the things that are healthier and disconnecting from anything else that, kind of like makes you feel anxious, for example. Of course, with the brain health, it could also be food substances that you're just keeping an eye on. I'm just seeing walnuts right now. That's such an obvious one, but that's something that's just come up in the water there. Of course, if you're allergic to nuts, you may be avoiding that. But I feel this is about brain health. I don't see anything negative there. You got 2 very positive cards for January, but it could be something that you're like transforming in your diet or your exercise routine in order to increase your health, or perhaps you're challenging your brain with like brain teasers or like word puzzles or something that keeps you really active in the mind, but also, some of you keeping an eye on the pressure of the eyes, for example, or your subscriptions, things like that. I just feel that you're just keeping an eye on things that really excite you, body, mind, and soul. Because of course, it's good to be active, but I feel this is about kind of revamping your life or breathing a fresh new kind of air into your life in general that excites your body, mind, and soul. And of course, that is with the brain there as well. So working things out, calculating things, good luck coming, spontaneous moments of good news, I would say there as well. What else am I getting with this? I mean, I feel with the Judgment energy that this is about self-analysis, of course. I would also say there's a rebirth. So you may even feel the energy is just different this year, that you feel a lot more positive. You may feel, of course, that the world is a little bit topsy-turvy. It's completely upside down. And, don't get me wrong, it is going to be a little bit chaotic and it's going to be weird as well. I would say keep mindful of March, April, July, August, and of course the eclipses at the end of the year. And this is just for the collective. It's not, for you personally. We will check what's going on for you in those months. But I mean, April, you've got the darkness moon in that month. And I feel collectively there could be something that occurs in the world that, makes us feel a little bit like, what is going on here? This is a little bit unacceptable. So I feel, there could be some major events during that time, and nothing to scare you, okay? Because I feel on a personal level, there is an energy of protection. You're starting strong with the Judgment card, which means, the angel is presiding over you, protecting your movements, protecting your path. So I feel like you're called to do certain things, develop your intuition and a deeper sense of self and what is right for you. I feel a lot of you are actually walking a different path this year. It feels like you're not walking the tried and tested route. You want to do something a little bit different. Oh, that goes back here. Sorry. You want to do something a little bit different there. Now, I'm just going to pull one more card for the month of January just to see what on like a more basic level, what it is that you're going to be focused on. Because, the completion card, it can indicate that finally you find what you're looking for, whether that's a job opportunity, whether it's good news on your health, whether it's love, whether it's, you know, deeper friendships or energy that you feel like you haven't been able to tap into for a while. I just feel like you find what you're looking for as you leave January. You got the Hangman there, so new perspectives. I feel a lot more rest time as well, allowing yourself to deeply think. Yeah, there's a lot of thinking going on here. Some of you may even get a bit of advice during this month regarding your finances or pensions, acquisitions, or maybe something in the home space, or even something to do with your career. We do have the Hangman there, which indicates relax. You know, you're easing yourself into the year. You're surrendering to the process. You're looking at the sacrifices you make for the lifestyle that you desire as well there. So that Hangman indicates that it's a time to end ways of doing things that are old or outdated. So it's about breaking old habits or shedding things that you feel have been hindering you or, you know, making you low vibe. It's about turning your life upside down a little bit in order to get a different view of life or walk a different path, shall we say. You know, the Hangman puts himself on the tree of life. So this really connects to you. What are you sacrificing this year that you feel actually you've outgrown? Whether it's a food substance that, you know, you may feel isn't working with you anymore, or whether it's, you know, a neighborhood that you feel actually you've outgrown it, or you may be searching, because this is a month to search for you and you find what you're looking for. Also, with the Hangman and the Hierophant, this is a lot of new knowledge, especially with the Hermit there. Some of you could commit yourself to a course of learning. So you may be booking lots of courses online there, but also new knowledge comes to you in January. And this is about having faith as well. It's about deepening your belief system. It's really about learning about who you are, what you're capable of, and really tapping into your inner needs to see what it is you really want. You know, of course, we all want to be able to pay the bills and live a life that's sustainable and have a safe family environment on all of those things. But you're going a little bit deeper. What else? What is the missing ingredient? If you could have everything in the whole world, what would it be? So I feel like you're really honing in there to see what it is. And you may even be surprised with the answer. And you'll start to seek more of that, whatever that is. Now, the Two of Swords, all of the cards that are popped out, they're kind of waiting cards. So it can indicate that either you're waiting for results in the month of January that you will get that actually very, very positive because you had the Wheel of Fortune there. But the Two of Swords can indicate that, you know, this is the month to find the perfect answer for what you want to do next. Some of you have a big decision in January, but the Two of Swords is really to take your time and be in a peaceful state of mind. This year is about protecting your inner peace. And, you know, you want to discover new landscapes. And in order to do that, you have to really focus on which landscapes you want to associate yourself with. And this figure with the Two of Swords, she's about to go discovering that island over there. And there's little stepping stones, okay? And she may feel that new environments or uncertain things ahead because unless you are psychic or, you know, get psychic flashes, it's hard to, you know, really see the future. It's important to tap into your intuition because your heart will always lead the way. But this figure, there's no threat, but she is protecting herself with the swords. So, you know, she's about to go over to that island. So it's about reshaping landscapes or, you know, moving into uncharted territory this year. And January has got you all thinking about what's next. So I feel this is about you really tapping in to find balance, mediating, as it were, with yourself. And I feel you're looking at things that have become a stalemate in your life so that you can transform them. Now, the Hermit energy can indicate a lot of you want to go off-grid this month. In the month of January, of course, I'm still talking about. This is where you really want to protect your quiet time. You don't want any distractions. You're serious about your goals. You know, the Hermit energy indicates you have a lot of knowledge and everything you need within you to transform your life is there already. So you're seeking counsel with self. But also the Hermit is you learning about slowing the pace a little bit more or taking a temporary time out in order to recharge batteries. This is, again, a new knowledge card, and I feel this is about not wanting distractions so that you can focus on keeping your life running smoothly or everything trying to take shape. Now, a lot of you actually ended 2024 completely exhausted, so I feel like you may find new ways to reinvigor your lust for life or your energy levels, and I feel you take it from there. It's almost like January is a launch pad for you, and then we move straight into February because, and this may have even come up in your monthly readings, but February is the card of beginnings, so it's almost like your new year, your real fresh new start starts in February for a lot of you. So plotting, planning, lots on your mind, your to-do list, all the things you intend to do come out in January. And of course, this is the fresh new start in February. When you get this card, this is very exciting indeed. It's number 3, which connects to the Empress energy. So that indicates, a better healthcare routines, nourishing yourself in different ways, not being tempted to fall off your intentions, to stick to your plan there as well. But this card, it indicates there's nothing to worry about because a new dawn is breaking for you. So letting go of the old helps you embrace the new. You're in the flow. You're moving forward without heaviness or anxiety in the month of February. And new ways are really beckoning towards you. So this is about you finding your voice. This is about expressing what you need to the universe, but also to the people around you so that you can have your needs met in a healthy way. I mean, both these cards literally mean do not resist change, because I feel change is afoot for you, but it's going to really benefit you. And of course, there's going to be lots of portals opening up for you to elevate. I would say that this is a very strong month for a lot of you to see an increase in your finances or promotions being available if you're in a career. And if you are getting a job, if you're looking for a new role, perhaps you started 2025 without a job, I feel that you will get one in January, but it could be that your start date is actually in February, okay? Or it could be that you really take control of the role in February and you feel a little bit more part of the furniture in the company that you work for. Some of you, it could be that you're strategizing a launch, especially if you're an entrepreneur. It could be that you're formulating new ideas in January and then you're launching something in February that is going to be so beneficial. It opens up a whole market or world of opportunity and networking, and I feel a lot of success around the month of February for you, both on a personal level but also in terms of career is what I see there. And some of you may even be thinking about being seconded to a different branch if you're in a career or if you're an entrepreneur. Could be that you're being more nomadic. Could be that you actually go to another country, maybe even in the East. For some of you, it doesn't have to be because we've got West and East. So it's you trying to remain in balance. But it could be that some of you want to be more nomadic or maybe even relocate to a different country. It may even be you're not moving to a different country. It could be that you're moving to a different part of the country you're already in. Because beginnings can suggest it's a prime month for either moving house, moving job, or just a fresh new start. Could even be that you have a different idea or a different take on like a diet or exercise routine, or you factor something really new in. This is a period also where you may look at like new subscriptions, new service providers, or anything that helps your life run smoothly. Number 3 is the magic number. I want you to be aware of that. So whatever it is, I feel February is a very positive energy. Even if you meet someone in love, or you meet someone that you're attracted to in January, I feel it won't really blossom into something until February there for you. It's like a fresh new start. But I just see doors opening for you that have not opened before, and I feel this is a very exciting time. It's almost like, as you can see, a part of your brain is lighting up in January, and it's so lit up now. The portal is opening up. Whatever you thought about, it becomes your reality. You just need to step through that portal in order to accept it. So it could be a month where you get a recognition for something, or you're spotlighted for success on something, good news comes your way, or you're actually, kind of welcomed into a certain group or establishment or college or university or, an important company or, like an in-crowd kind of group that is like closed off to other people. Yeah, look at that, the star. So this is like a period where, you could be famous during this month if you want to be in the public eye, for example, or, this is a recognition for success. This means a wish is delivered, something that was in your mind, you now have it in your hand. Also, the star energy indicates that you're aligned with healthier options in your life. You're embracing those new ideas and you're totally inspired. And I feel that star energy as well, of course, it's about shining your light. Now, that January for you is all about being a little bit more in an insular kind of energy where you're squirreling away, focusing on your projects, your plans, maybe transforming yourself, body, mind, and soul. But in February, you're a little bit more sociable, getting yourself out there, allowing yourself to be seen and really shining your light. So, this does feel like a fresh new start. Now, that star energy also indicates there's a healing process about you. Because a lot of cycles are ending, especially karmic ones this year, a lot of you could could feel that heaviness completely release as that karmic cycle is broken. Some of you, if you've been going through a very difficult or challenging time, firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there, but if you have been going through that, I feel this is a very big healing month for you, and you make some real progress. A lot of you also are learning more about meditation, and you really will deepen your meditative skills as you move into March, because I feel a lot of you, especially this year, is like protecting your inner peace, okay, and doing more things that excite you, or reconnecting to a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with. Now, of course, the star energy is all about success. It's all about potential. It's a bright future ahead of you. New concepts come to you, removal of energy blocks, whether they are financial in nature, whether they are, taking control of your inner thoughts so that they don't control you, especially if they're negative. I feel this is a very positive month for you, especially with that star energy. Now, I'm just going to pull a card on the star for you to see what else we've got coming through. We have the Seven of Pentacles and we have the Five of Pentacles. So it tells me that there is an increase in finances there. I feel like there's much more to come. Don't get me wrong on that. I feel, a lot of you are looking at that missing ingredient and you're working really hard to attain it. And I feel like, success, you're going to see a measure or a mark that things are starting to take shape, fruition there. The Five of Pentacles, I would say, especially since we've got the star energy, if some of you have been a little bit unwell, as you move into the month of February, I feel like you're healing. So if you've got a seasonal cold, for example, or if you've kind of like, burnt yourself out a little bit when it comes to brainstorming, but I feel a lot of you in January are honoring your body's needs. So I don't feel, unless it's critical, but I don't see anything critical there that you would be totally exhausted about. But I feel with the Five of Pentacles, it can indicate, a little bit of a seasonal cold, for example. The star energy can indicate that you are going to feel a lot better there. If you're someone who has a chronic unwellness or you struggle with something in particular, you could actually find a practitioner who really is sympathetic to your needs and really helps you with a breakthrough there as well. Could be that you're finally seen and that, for example, if you've been waiting for a procedure or an operation, this is the month where you may find that someone has either canceled their procedure and then you're the next in line. So you may get an earlier procedure than you expected, for example. Let me just pull a little bit more. Yeah. So that Five of Pentacles, it can also indicate there's something that you're praying for, okay? And the star and energy basically indicates that your wish is the universe's command and you get it. Seven of Pentacles is also about the alternative, okay? Opening up to new strategy, being at a fork in the road. I would say a big decision needs to be made this month. You're going to get clarity. You're going to know what is no longer for you or what is working. You're going to really sit with self and make that decision. And you're going to see it's a successful one. You're making the right decision there as well. Now, of course, when you get the Five of Pentacles, especially as you're coming out of January, if you made some excess spending in the month of December, for example, you may be kind of like trying to recalibrate your finances and you may not fully get back into the swing of things until February. Got to be honest with you. Got to be realistic with that energy. So I definitely see that that is a possibility, but you will get back on track, back on your spending and your saving habits, especially with that Seven of Pentacles there. It can indicate that, you're accomplishing something. There's a reward for something, for hard work. Could be an increase in your finances. I think I mentioned that. An achievement is like marked or measured in the month of February for you. And I would also say that your plans are taking real shape. It's like everything is kind of coming together there for you as well. The Seven of Pentacles can also indicate a lot of you, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you may set up a second stream of income or you may diversify on something that you already have in the mix and it just increases your wealth. There's an increase here. I would say with the Ten of Wands, this is indicating that, it'll be a difficult month. It'll show you how strong you are, but it's a really positive one. So it's like hard work that you really love doing doesn't feel like hard work sometimes. And it can be that all that hard work is now paying off because, the 10 is an end of a cycle, the end of difficulty, and the Earth or the World card there is all about the end of a cycle. And it is a completion that is truly successful indeed. I also see travel for February for a lot of you. This could be somewhere that's a little bit further afield. So maybe that's why there's a little dip in the finances. It can be that you're spending and enjoying yourself and going on a vacation in the month of February there. Also, with the World card, this can indicate, of course, that a lesson that is played out in your life actually finally comes to an end, and you won't see that be revisited. But also it can indicate a lot of you, if you're moving, there's a big energy here of thinking about where you feel like you belong in the world. So some of you may actually be thinking about emigrating. Okay, so that is a strong energy that's coming out there too. Now, as we move into the month of March, of course, we have creation water. So this is indicating that you're unflappable. It means you're in the flow. It means that you're honoring your own needs. It also indicates that you're protecting your peace of mind, which I feel is definitely something that you are focused on doing this year. But this is about you flowing forward with grace and confidence. Okay, you're being true to who you are, what you want. You're standing up for your morals. And I really feel this is a month where, you're highly creative. Creation is your birthright. So I definitely see that off the back of February, inspiration, new ideas, doing things differently. You may actually purchase some sort of technology in the month of March as well, something that is connected to the ether. So it may be internet based. I mean, it could be like an app, or it could be a device, or it could be utilizing something like AI, for example. There's something coming through on the month of March there, which will really make things smoother for you. If you work in a company, for example, it could be a new product or computer software that helps with your day-to-day running of things. Or if you're an entrepreneur, it could also be like laptops, phones, whatever it is that you need, equipment, tools, that sort of thing. Doesn't have to be electrical, but I'm actually feeling a lot of, internet-based stuff there as well. Now, this card, it can indicate that you are considering what is vital to your happiness, and you're kind of checking in with yourself again. And I would say that this is a hugely purifying month. So even though you are kind of decluttering, detoxifying, I feel this is a large month where you will purify your energy. I feel like you'll focus more on your health in the month of March, and I feel that you may even discover a product or an elixir or something that you take that really revitalizes your spirits. It's something healthy is what I see there. It could be something really natural. But also, I feel like you're a lot more sociable in the month of March as well, especially since we have so many birds there. These could be like new events, places that you haven't been before. I see like fresh new environments, and for some of you it could even be like a festival, but I feel the festival energy is more March, April, May time for you there. But let me just pull a card on the water creation. Let's go with the major arcanas first. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Leo? What do they need to know regarding March 2025? We have the sun. Yeah, so a great month. I mean, you've got the star and the sun. So I would say the star in February, of course, great month for new ideas. There's a lot of growth in the month of March for you there. I also see this is a joyful month. I feel this is about, you going through an awakening. I feel like you're embracing the positivity. It's interesting because you got the sun energy just before you've got the moon energy. So we will get into April and see what's going on there for you. But the sun ultimately indicates that you're glowing. It means you're having a major glow up there. So it could be that you suddenly notice anything you've cut out of your diet, or anything that you've been doing in terms of exercise or new products, or even a new wardrobe, because I feel, there could be some new additions to your wardrobe in the first couple of months there. And it just kind of like puts you in a great mood. It sets you apart. My readings are not about aesthetics, but I feel like you are glowing, and this is about you feeling more yourself than you have done in a long time. It's a Leo card. I really feel this is about you coming to the fore, and I feel this is about you shining your beautiful light. And as I said, it's like a month where there may be a lot of chaotic things around you. I feel like you're going to be busy during this month. I feel like you're going to be very productive throughout the year, but this is you being unflappable. As you can see there, this is about blooming and blossoming, or growing through something without losing your head, as it were. And I feel this is about you knowing the right answer, having the intuition to respond instinctively to things, and just being like on the mark. Clear thinking, being very eloquent in whatever it is that you need to say. I would say February and March are great times to interview for things or even take presentations or go for important meetings. I feel the sun, whatever it shines its light on, it increases, it grows. So this could be a great month for money for you as well, where, as I said, your finances grow a little bit more there. And I feel this is about you completely going where you feel truly happy. Sunflowers, they only follow the sun. And that is your promise to yourself that you're only following your heart so that you go where you feel truly happy. Also, I feel like you get a lot of attention in the months of February and March time. Now, this could be for success. It could also be for love. It could be, that you're being a little bit more sociable in the month of March in particular. So this is about you getting out there and shining your wonderful light. I feel like March is going to be super busy, and that's probably why you need to withdraw into yourself around about April time, just to recharge your batteries. Look at what's been draining you. Whoa, did you hear that? That was a really interesting sound that came from the deck as that card flew out. And it's the Six of Pentacles. So there is a nice surprise from the universe in the month of March for you. If I was to really replay that sound in my mind again, it was like a springboard, like a spring. So maybe it's like, of course, this is springtime, so it's like spring has sprung and there's going to be lots of opportunities for you. It can indicate that you're springboarding towards something, launching something that's going to be really exciting, maybe even a brand new you in terms of the way you dress or conduct yourself. There's a lot of confidence and positivity around you. Six of Pentacles indicates that, the universe pays special attention to you in the month of March. So you could see a financial resource. I feel this could be a small increase in your finances, or your finances plateau after a spending period that you've gone through over the last couple of months there. But the Six of Pentacles, of course, indicates, financial stability. Any problems or difficulties overcome. Some of you may actually do some charity work in the month of March, or actually give to charity, or you could be in training for something that occurs round about March time or just after. It could be something that you want to connect to that will have some sort of charitable knock-on effect. But also this is, you getting some really nice information from someone who's a very kind of generous benefactor. It can be someone who actually gives you money. This could be a strong bonus month for a lot of you, okay? So it could be that you get a little extra in your package, or it could be that you are made Employee of the Month, for example. Or, you get extra tips, for example, whatever it is that you do for a living. Or if, you are just getting a job at the beginning of the year, it could be that now you're fully in the flow and you're making your mark. You're establishing yourself at what it is that you do. And people are paying attention because you're gifted, you're talented, and you're going to the top, okay? Now, also, of course, I would say the Six of Pentacles is all about balance this month, in the month of March there. So it really is about coming into your center, remaining grounded, and just being your wonderful self and not letting anyone dull your shine. So really exciting month there for you with the month of March. And then we move into April. So this is a little bit more of an insular month for you. There's every artist, every creative person, they go through a blue period. And it's almost like that. You're looking at the moodier kind of emotions that we all go through. Doesn't mean there's anything negative happening in this month. I will pull some cards on it. But can indicate that you want to go a little bit deeper. Think about what life's really about. Be a little bit more philosophical. Really kind of tap into what you feel is right for you in the world, that you feel perhaps, you can't see right now, or there's something like a big monumental goal that you have and you're trying really hard to work on it, but you feel it's really hard, you're exhausted. I feel a lot of you could be just a little bit low energy in the month of April. It doesn't mean that you're completely drained, but, this is a card, if you look at the figure, she looks a little bit vulnerable, okay? So it can be that you're looking at some really difficult emotions and it sets you thinking about the past. It sets you thinking about how vulnerable you are in a situation. But actually, I don't see that it's anything negative. And what I mean by a vulnerable situation, it's the nature of humanity, how we must live for the day, carpe diem, because anything can happen, anything can change in an instant. And it's realizing that, we are vulnerable. We are here to experience, and we must embrace life as much as possible, because Anything else would, of course, be wasted. So I feel this is more the vulnerability, the philosophical energy, the really like deep thinking card that you have here. Let me just see a little bit more with that. My guide said pick it up again, so I am. So number 7, of course, is actually a very lucky number. But I feel also with this energy here, it's, you know, it's an energy where things just may be a little bit slower in its pace. And not to say difficult, I feel this is like knowing when not to push yourself when the tides feel a little bit against you, okay? It can be that you're looking at, you know, what drains you this month, who drains you, especially shining your light so brightly in March. You're going to be exhausted. So this is really about taking stock, taking time, and not feeling guilty for taking that time and saying, I'm honoring my body. My body is saying enough. I need to just take a rest. But I also feel the darkness is necessary in order to process the light. So I feel some deep thinking, maybe even some shadow work during this month, a metamorphosis time. You know, this is really a period where when you think about that kind of image, it's like this is the month where you like purify, take a bath. When you're in a bath, you know, you're just completely like vulnerable to the element of water. You know, you're in your apartment or your house or wherever you're at, and it's just like having that sort of like quiet time with yourself and feeling vulnerable to the emotions, because I feel it's very much an emotional month for you. You may feel a bit more sensitive than usual in the month of April because the moon is all about the emotions. And if you think about the moon, it's about the magnetic tide, the ebb and flow. And you are a magnetic personality, okay? You attract a lot of attention, and naturally so. You're not there to hog the limelight. That's not you. You just naturally shine. You can't help that. So the polar opposite is that you will need to withdraw. You will need to rest, especially since you've been sort of like, you know, so sociable perhaps in the month of March. So I would say, you know, April is like, it's a little bit peoply out there. I feel a little bit more like being under the duvet or cuddling down with a nice little book, that sort of energy. But I am going to look at it a little bit deeper. You know, the moon card is all about the hopes and fears. So I do feel in terms of world events, we may see something that is hard to deal with or hard to fathom in the month of March, April. It's the cusp energy, okay? I got to be honest with you, the hotspot sort of months are March, April, July, August, and the eclipses. I almost expect to see that card in an eclipse, but the eclipses are at the end here. So I would just say that perhaps something happens globally that doesn't affect you directly, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't affect you, because we're all one. We're all one consciousness, we're all one, and we're all connected. So of course there is empathy there, there is sensitivity there, and I feel there's just an energy of feeling what's going on and how it affects you. You know, the moon card is a draining energy. The moon cannot shine all by itself. It needs the sun. So I feel this is about you looking at where you give your energy to and who deserves your energy as well, and what. We've got the star energy and the hangman. So this is like you shining your light. If you really think about the nature of the energy, the star is shone bright in February for you, then it gets even brighter. The biggest, brighter like light in the sky, of course, is the sun. So it's a big month for shining, being successful, getting out there, networking, partying, being sociable. And then it's like, let's hang back. Let's just recharge those batteries. So I really feel more than anything, it's about taking stock, getting back on track with your goals. And with the star energy, it's to get more inspiration, to protect your inner peace so that you can see more clearly, develop your spiritual gifts for some of you, but also look at your sacrifices for the life that you aspire to there as well. Hangman is release. So this is a very sensitive month where you may feel a little bit more teary than usual, okay, and it may happen in and around a moon cycle. Nothing to worry about there, but I do see this energy of just feeling a little bit like there's a lament, and it's human. We all go through that. If anyone tells you that they're never like sad or never angry or, you know, never think about the negative emotions, give that person an award, because they're rare. Human emotions, they fluctuate, and we all go to those dark spaces, but we can't like just ignore them. In order to see the light, there must be darkness. So I feel this is about you really kind of like illuminating the way, taking some time out in order to work on yourself or to look at what you need right now, gain new knowledge. It could also indicate that it's a bit of a lull month, where things feel a bit suspended. It's like busy, you're productive, things are head on with you at the beginning of the month, and then we hit the fourth month where it's a little bit of a lull. But wherever you are in the world, I feel things will pick up pace. This lull sometimes is giving us an opportunity in order to take stock, to transcend. And I feel this is a deep thinking month for you. And the star energy indicates more self-care needs. It indicates more healing. And I feel this is more about your inner world. Now, as we move into... Let's just pop that over there. As we move into May, we have home. Okay, so some of you, there is an energy of grounding here. Some of you, as I said, you may be moving, especially at the beginning of the year. And finally, you've got all those boxes sort of put away and you've settled in a place that you call home. For some of you, if you're migrating, it could be that as well. For some of you, you may actually create a base for you launching a business, or, you feel finally settled into a flow of doing something. When you get this card, it feels more that you're coming home to yourself, that things are settling. Things just feel a little bit more easier for you. And of course, this is a big month for growth, okay, especially since you've got all those wonderful kind of fruits and vegetables there. So I mean, for some of you, you could be like, because I'm seeing like a gardener's almanac type thing. Some of you could actually see a harvest if you're actually growing your own food, even if it's like you're growing some peppers on your windowsill in your kitchen if you don't have a garden, or tomatoes or something like that. It could be that you actually see things like really bursting into life now and being really juicy. Something is ripe for the picking for you. This could be an idea, it could be an opportunity, but ultimately it just makes you feel safe, secure, and it makes you feel good, whatever this is. Now, of course, it's number 15, and number 15 is actually the Devil card. So this can indicate that you're reigniting your lust for life. Okay, things are good, but also I feel like you're looking at temptations. So some of you, it could be that you are grounding yourself because you could be tempted. We're all tempted. I got to be honest with you there. Sometimes, especially if we've cut something out for a long time and we feel really great, stuck to our intentions, there could be this one moment, especially after like a more sensitive month like April there. It could be that you're a little bit tempted to renege on one of your intentions for the year. But I see that you don't, okay? So it could be that there's something on your mind, like, when you get so frustrated or something happens that you're like, oh my gosh, I just want that, but you realize you cut it out for 2025. There could be a tempting moment, but you're like, no, I feel like you're sticking to your grounds on this with this card. Now, this card, it actually means that, you are grounding yourself. It means that the earth is your home. So that's why, again, I'm picking up this, like, big world event type thing, or something that occurs that makes us think of the world. Okay, so, again, looking at the energy in the cards that I've pulled, it seems to not affect you directly, but of course, everything affects us directly when it comes to us all being one and sympathizing and empathizing with what's going on in the world. And it's just a case that we were born or positioned in a different part of the world at that moment in time or in this era. So I feel, it's a sobering moment of something that happens in April, and I feel this is like taking stock of it in the next month. Now, on a personal level, this energy is, of course, about you and how you conduct yourself in a positive way around the world. So some of you, this could be a strong gardening month. If you have a garden, for example, this is about you paying attention to your body because it is your home. Your body is your home. So big health month for you this month. I would also say you may go to some festivals during this time. Getting out into nature is really positively starred for this month for you there. But it's also about turning your eyes towards home, or where you feel like you belong. And this is about avoiding disconnection with your desires, especially since number 15, of course, is all about desires and, extreme busyness. So, a measure of success doesn't mean that you have to be busy. It can be that you're productive, but actually you have time for yourself. I feel really, when you think about millionaires and billionaires, if only we could all be one of those, but, if we think about them, basically a measure of success is how much time they've got to do their own thing and have fun with the money that they've got, okay? It's not really about, having, 24/7 working schedule, I feel the measure really of success is buying your own time back so that you're not like feeding into the system of just being productive and missing out on the world or family and things like that. So this may be something that's on your mind in this month, or something that you're aspiring to break free from, be more financially independent. You may launch new ideas, increasing wealth. Whenever you have an Earth card, it means wealth is increasing or you're saving for something. And I feel this energy kind of spills into, of course, the following month as well, June. I mean, as I mentioned, July is another hotspot month there, and you've got the lake, the depth. So there could be a gravity kind of situation going on there. And I feel this is also about you either saving for something and taking the plunge on purchasing it a couple of months later. So let's pull a card on that home energy. Now, this could mean that you're finalizing on a home. It could also mean that you find a base from which to really work in that serves your needs. If you're an entrepreneur, it could also indicate that you find a group of people that you connect to on a creative level and they just feel like home. A lot of you may actually reconnect with friends that you haven't seen for a long time in this month too. We have the star energy. Oh my gosh, Leo, you are like shining your light the whole year, really. You know, you've got the hangman there as well, so you're taking that balance with you. I feel there's a bit of a spillover going on between months there, but the star energy, you know, healing. And I see a lot of you purchasing plants during this time, or if you have plants as well, you may make an addition to your little plant family, or even, you know, you may be nurturing one of your plants that felt a little bit, you know, poorly perhaps, because I'm seeing you reviving a plant. Now, that may not resonate with everyone because, of course, not everybody's got a plant out there, but it could be that you purchase one in this month, or you revive one that was just feeling a little bit like out of sorts. So there could be like an environment change in and around that time for you. This could be a month where just on the cusp of April there, I just want to get my months right, on the cusp of April, there could be some sort of distraction or something that occurs that makes you feel a little bit and it may be reflected in your plants, for example. And what I mean by that is just outside your home, there may be some reconstruction work, some digging, something going on that's really noisy or affecting it, and one of your plants may be just a little bit extra sensitive and pick that up. But it may also be, you know, a period where you also want to protect your inner peace. So it may be a minor distraction, but as you move fully into the month of May there, I definitely see that things get quieter and more easy to deal with. I mean, I would say, because I'm going to pull another card just to clarify that month for you, the star energy indicates, you know, the success. It is sustainable. It's something that continues. It's something that's not like a flash in the pan. I feel like you're continuing to focus on your life in a healthy way. Continuing in your brilliance is what I just heard from my guides. Continuing in your brilliance. But also the hangman is like Ten of Swords there. The hangman is also like an energy of kind of like releasing restrictions, anything that's been holding you back, okay? It could also be something big comes to light, something that perhaps you've been dealing with that you've been keeping your eye on or monitoring. Suddenly it's revealed, or suddenly you just have to break free from it, whatever it is. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I'm being given that this is also a big month, especially in your home space. You're going to be given a sign by someone in spirit who walks with you. They're protecting you, I feel, of course, and I feel that they're going to make their presence known. This is someone who's transitioned, who's passed over. I'm sending you a huge hug out there to all of you beautiful Leos. If you've been going through, you know, grief, a grieving period over the last couple of months or years, I feel, you know, of course, as we all know, grief, it transitions into different forms, and it's about dealing with it in the moment, because of course it washes like ebbs and flows. There's moments where you feel numb and you don't feel anything and you just feel like a little bit lost or bereft, and there's other moments where it's just washing over you and it feels intense and deep and overwhelming, and then other moments where you're like coming to terms with things. So take it as it comes, because of course it is unfortunately a natural process, but I feel a lot of you will actually get a major sign from a person who has transitioned. And this, I feel, is a person who's transitioned before 2025, okay? Because I don't see anything negative or untoward happening for you so far in the month of January, February, March, April, or even May, okay? Now, the Ten of Swords could also indicate that you see someone in a new light, okay? And you're turning your back to them. It could be something intuitively that you feel has been a little bit off with this person. Could be a friend, could be a neighbor, could be a boss. You know, Ten of Swords is like you're done with something, you're cutting it out. But also on a personal level, it could be that you're shifting negative self-talk. You have a breakthrough when it comes to your mindfulness. And I feel like this is about being gentle with your inner voice, being more compassionate towards yourself. It's about responding differently to challenging situations. And I feel there's an energy of you kind of like turning your back on something that has come to an end. You're not revisiting it. Also, the High Priestess, it could be that, you know, especially after coming from, you know, a previous month where you're feeling a bit sensitive, it could be that you're not talking about something that perhaps was challenging and you're trying to remove it on your own without discussing it. And I feel that's, you know, obviously what you want to do, but I do see that there's support around you if you wanted to talk something over with a person. But the Two of Wands is you turning your back on something, but also I feel that there is a monumental moment during this month where you complete something and you're on to the next. The Two of Wands is also a card of mapping your progress, and it means you've come so far. This figure has actually accomplished this wand and says, right, done that. What's next? And they've got this wand in his hand and he's looking out to the future. He's looking at the horizon and he's got the world in his hand. It's another card about the world. So again, on a global scale, something could happen there, something that perhaps, I mean, looking at these cards, I don't really want to talk too much about it. I'm actually thinking about setting up a channel. My guides have called me to do like a scrying channel where I will talk about events or something that I see in the, you know, crystal ball, for example, or in the scrying. And, you know, if someone out there is thinking that that would be a great idea, then put it in the comments box below and I'll definitely try and launch that. It probably won't be like as much as the readings I do on here. It'll be short bursts so that, you know, I just get straight to the images and we dissect them together, for example, and we all kind of have a say on what we feel the images mean. But anyway, moving away from that, I feel on a personal level, you elevate in your spiritual development, a psychic gift. There's like a milestone here that you'll reach. So it could be that you've completed one level and now you're on to the next. For some of you, this could also be in terms of college or university, or if you're on a course of learning, new knowledge there. It can be that you complete a module and you're on to the next. In terms of your finances, I would say they kind of stay the same. Maybe a small increase there, fluctuate, but I feel more than anything it's about savings this month, okay? That's what I see there. Now, as we move into June, if I can pick up June there, we've got connection, the biome. So I definitely see this is, again, you being more involved in your community or community events. There could be pop-up events in your community, stalls, markets, things like that, events that bring people together. Again, festival energy is what I'm being given here. This is also about things coming together, so things coming full circle for you on a personal level. This card, it's like, how can I put it? It's almost like the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. So it's like you're looking at the big goal and you realize that you have to compartmentalize your energy and your focus in order for everything to come together. But something big does come together for you. And I feel this is also a card that indicates that, you know, you've had a monumental experience in your life during this month, and it feels like a fresh new start there. I feel a lot of you are joining groups or being involved in networking. Great time for networking there for you. But also, it's another card which is connected to the world, okay? So it can indicate that, you know, people are looking at the world and how we are governing it and how we are not happy with things. Things need to change, okay? So I feel there could be some things to look out for. Now, it's an important number, number 44 there. So that is an indication that you're focusing on your stability, you're focusing on maintaining your life running smoothly, keeping finances going. I feel these 2 months in particular, they are savings months. I feel like you're accumulating wealth during these months. So it could be for a large purchase, like for a car or for a vacation. I see a lot of you, June, July, August, there's a vacation in August there, probably in alignment with your birthday month, my beautiful Leo. we've got the Sun. So a lot of positive cards coming out for you. You see me shuffle them. Again, more growth, okay? I feel some of you could actually learn a lesson or see a person in a different light, as I said, and now you're just like shining your light, doing you, prioritizing your own needs, and not really allowing it to affect you, okay? That's coming out there too. Now, the Sun card, of course, as we've discussed, is about illumination. So it's about positivity. It's about raw energy. It's about the end of conflict. Now, I got to be honest with you. The world energy does not lead itself completely to the end of conflict. You know, the human condition, unfortunately, is for power grabs, land grabs, and there's energy problems this year as well there. But I feel on a personal level for you, this is about you having optimum energy, vitality. It's about you ending a conflict as well within yourself or with a neighbor or a boss or with an environment. You know, this is about you completing something that you feel a little bit more positive towards. And I feel some of you may actually hear from a person who perhaps has taken your kindness for weakness in the past. I feel there could be an olive branch moment in the month of June. But I feel more than anything, it's about getting out into nature. I feel it's about going on like little road trips or seeing new things or even historical things. I feel some of you may be visiting landmarks in this month or even, you know, booking yourself on some sort of like little getaway there. Or it could be that you're discovering historical landmarks in your town. You know, when you live in a place and you kind of go, oh, they're just there, and you don't go visit them or find out more about them. I feel some of you are taking more of an interest in the history of the place that you live or the place that you have now settled by this point. So really positive month there. I'm just going to pull a few cards before I close. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Anything more? We have the Hermit. Okay, so the Hermit is to withdraw. I mean, it's on the cusp as we go into the depth lake. So I feel your year is really a balance between going out there, being a goal-getting spirit, and achieving your goals, lots of success, but also withdrawing in order to think about the next plan, in order to recharge your batteries, take temporary time out. So lots of temporary time out with going on road trips and things like that to enrich your soul. But the Hermit energy, it can indicate that some of you may even think about a spiritual retreat during this time, because I'm feeling it really connected to the following month, which is all about the depth lake. Submerging yourself in something. This could be a spiritual awareness. It could be documentaries about the unknown. It could also be about, you know, films to do with world events, for example. You know, maybe there's going to be a big movie released around about this date that's connected to the world and our impact on the world as humans, but also the impact on the world on us. Okay, so there's something in that as well. Now the Hermit, because you keep getting very similar cards every time I shuffle, so I feel even with different decks, there is a bit of a running theme here. New knowledge, you know, learning more about what you're capable of, more spiritual introspection, more enlightenment, a bit of solitude there to go off and do your own thing independently, enjoy your own time, whether you're in a relationship or not. You know, I feel this is about honoring your own time, and I feel you get a lot out of it. Now, this card, of course, is all about depth. It's the lake there, and it is number 31. When you reduce it, we come back to 4. So again, a foundational month where you're grounding yourself, but also this card is about seeing below the surface. And it's also about you not taking the shallow alternative. This is the deep dive month for you to do your research on something, not cut corners, or, you know, it's like not even really seeing the bigger picture. It's about the details. It's about zooming in. It's about taking your time with a decision. And I feel a lot of you, this is a month to spend more time in water maybe as well. But I feel there's an energy of containing emotions. I'm not really sure what my guides mean by that. Containing emotions. If you think about a lake, you know, it's a contained body of water rather than a river or an ocean. The lake is more serene. So I feel this is about containment. It feels very much like everything is solid. Everything is contained right now. There's nothing to sort of worry about. It feels like release. It feels like relax. It feels like you know, if you look at this figure, she's almost like back in the womb there. So I feel this is safe, this is secure, this feels like a nice month for you to really relax. Also, I mean, I'm getting an energy of you deepening your intuition during this month. So it could be that you do suddenly book yourself on a retreat, maybe on the cusp between the 2 months, between June and July there. Okay, what have we got here? We've got the Tower. Okay, so now the Tower can be like, okay. We got the Tower and the World. Okay, so again, I did mention, so this is June, July. I did mention July, okay, for some sort of hotbed world event, you know, so that's come out there. I did feel it, so I'm just going to call it there right now. But I feel this could be us looking deeper into the situation. But let's bring it back to your personal energy. This could be a big month where either something or someone shocks you, but the World card, clarifying it, it indicates that it impacts you in a really positive way. The Tower is not a negative card. It means a restructure. It means rebuilding. It could actually mean that you reconnect to a project or an idea that you tried a long time ago, but it didn't work. Suddenly you're restructuring it and it's successful. It works out better than you planned. It could also be that, you know, you're launching something that has a nice steady pace. You're seeing success. You're seeing things work really well. Then suddenly you go viral. Suddenly the world sees your product or your stuff online. It could also be that your industry that you work in changes or transforms, or, you know, there's some sort of impact that occurs and kind of like restructures rules, regulations, or something that perhaps will impact you, and you're just deeply thinking about how it will ricochet throughout the rest of the industry or the environment or the neighborhood, for example. You know, this card can indicate also that there's a containment energy. So it can indicate that there was something that potentially could shock you or revamp your life, but it's contained. So it could be there's something chaotic that occurs, but you've got this, okay? Now, the Tower basically means epiphany or sudden surprise. Doesn't mean a negative surprise. You know, the fact that you've got the World card there, it can indicate a positive surprise. So if you're in high-level commitment, for example, you know, your partner could like tell you that they want to take you away for a quick trip, and they could surprise you with engagement, for example, because of course that's a big old victory wreath, but it's a ring there. And of course we've got the Tower there as well, which is surprise. But ultimately, you know, it is the middle of the year, and sometimes we can feel a little bit of a lull through certain periods. You know, April is a big lull month, then of course July, because we're coming into the August period where everyone kind of sets themselves free, goes on a vacation, for example. So it can be that, you know, you're restructuring. This will be a great month for you to clear out the closet or do some DIY. Some of you may even do some reconstruction on your home. Or I also feel that for some of you, with the World energy, I feel this could be that suddenly you win something, or suddenly, you know, you complete something and you get the qualification and you get better grades than you thought. I'm going to pull a card, of course, on the Tower for you, because the Tower, it can indicate upheaval, change, awakening. It can indicate a shock, but it basically means that change is difficult, and, you know, the familiar, shall we say, it will be broken down. And, you know, it's to remove you from your comfort zone, basically. So it can be that things are contained, things feel comfortable, and now you shake up your world so that you can kind of like come out of your comfort zone. Because the Ten of Cups is actually clarifying it, which means it's positive. It could be shock news from, if you have family overseas, for example. It could be that someone is pregnant, or it could be that someone gets engaged or gets, well, for some of you, not all of you, you may actually hear of some of your friends getting married in secret. That may not resonate with all of you, but it may shock you. But I feel they may have like another kind of ceremony a little bit later on somewhere else, but it was like a spur of the moment thing. So some of you may hear about that. But the Ten of Cups, it can indicate there may be a shock in and around the family sort of unit, for example. And what I mean by that, it seems positive. Ten of Cups is a positive one. I would say if you've got a Ten of Pentacles there, could be a sobering one, but the Ten of Cups indicates there's joy, okay? And the World card indicates a measure of success or happiness, balance. I mean, for some of you, this could also be that there's some sort of global impact on acquisitions. If you're in the stock market, for example, things like that, there could be a bit of a wobble round about that time because, this can be a measure of wealth or prosperity, and it can be that, something may fluctuate that shocks people, but ultimately with the Ten of Cups, it could be that you just get out in time, for example, before a wobble. Please apply it to your situation. I don't know anything about stock markets, so, I'm just giving you the energy that I can feel in the reading there. But it seems like some of you may withdraw briefly because you're shocked by something and you're really thinking about it deeply. Now, as we move into your birthday month, my beautiful Leo, we have atoms. Things feel a bit fizzy. I feel an energy of itchy feet here as well, which feels very much like you are transforming your life. It feels very much like you want to take a vacation around about this time. This figure is literally on a boat, but this indicates that, compartments, atoms, they make up the building blocks of what it is that we need in life, So for some of you, this can be that, because we had the Tower from the previous month, it can be that the compartments are separate and you're rebuilding from something, or it can be that, like an artist looks at a piece of work that they did and they were really kind of like content with it before, and they're like, you know what, I want to scrap it now. I want to change it. I want to restructure it. I want to just do something different. So I feel that could be what's going on in your month of August. It's a big month for vacation, I see there. It is number 40, yes, and this is an energy that everything is connected. And, this is about you being electric this month, actually. I feel there's a vibration in motion, which means anything that's been stagnant, which actually is a really positive energy when you've had the Tower the month before, because the Tower is like a prison. Sometimes we all lock ourselves into a certain routine or a certain way of life, and it feels nice, it feels comfortable, it feels contained, but you may feel you lack excitement or you feel a bit bored. So it's kind of off the back of the previous month where you are shaking things up a little bit so that you can be a little bit more electric and excited about things. So I feel this energy of like things taking shape for you. I feel this is about you sort of shaking up any stagnant beliefs, or, there's an energy here of you building and changing and making room for infinite variety. Variety is a spice of life. It's like you visiting all these little golden bubbles saying, I want that one, I want that one. This figure is going with a boat through the water and picking out the golden objects that the figure wants for their journey. So I feel this is about you having all the tools, all the energy, and all the resources to complete your life. So very positive month. Building atoms, it says there. We've got the Death card there. So change. So it indicates transformation. And it also means cutting out or eliminating or ignoring anything that does not serve your higher purpose. But there's definitely change in and around July and August for you. Okay, it's a big change. It's radical. We've got the Sun card, but you recover from this. As you can see, it could be something that has the potential to kind of get in the way of your happiness, because there's a cloud over that sun there, and the cockerel has the scythe, which is large enough to remove the cloud from the sun. So I feel this is about you removing anything that has the potential to be negative or impact your growth or stop you from being successful or allowing yourself to be seen, and it's you standing your ground. I mean, there could be a minor conflict or an argument in and around that time, but you stand your ground diplomatically, you deal with it, and you get the best situation out of it. You transform it. The Death card also signals change, a new beginning. So this will be a prime month for you to, of course, go on a vacation, enjoy yourself, but at the same time, it could be that you start a new project or a new level of something. So, for example, if you complete a level at college or university or at some sort of course of learning, it could be that you take up the next course a little bit later on there. Fresh new start is what is coming through in August. So I would say that also, for some of you, you may hear about the passing of someone that you used to know, okay? It's not someone who's directly connected to your family, is what I feel. I feel it's someone like, could be a tutor, or it could be, yeah, it could be like an old teacher, tutor. You may hear about that. Ace of Pentacles, and we've got the Queen of Wands. I mean, the Queen of Wands has shown up because it is Leo season, and this is a Leo card. So this is about you being magnetic, electric. This is about you following your passions, very sensual month, being very creative. You have a lot of power in this month. Be confident. And some of you may actually, there may be a surprise opportunity for more money. So it could be that suddenly you restructure your life in around this time. Take a new job, for example, or there's some sort of restructure in your working environment, but a new opportunity kind of springs forth from it. Could be that you have a new idea for making more money, or you could network or collaborate during this time. There's soul connections in and around you. But I feel this is about you expressing yourself. This is about you being inspired. And whatever is the surprise, I feel it's something offered to you. The universe, aces are new, and they are gifts from the universe there. So I feel that, you may actually, of course, be gifted during this time. Well, it is your birthday season. So I feel you may even be given a surprise gift from someone that you haven't seen in a while. But luck is on your side in the month of August. So that tends to be the luckiest month. Our birthday months tend to be. So whether that's the cusp of you moving into your birthday season or actually in your birthday season, Ace of Pentacles, success. This is about you starting something that perhaps has been an idea that becomes your reality. There's a little bit more fortune financially available to you. Also, I see you having a small win on something. I'm not saying go out and play the lottery or anything like that, but this is a prime time for you to win something, especially if you're in a syndicate. So it could be like the family gets a surprise. As I said, there could be a surprise in your family home because you win the lottery. Maybe not. Maybe it's like you get a small win on something, or perhaps you enter a contest that's in your local environment, and you or your family kind of win that or make an impact there as well. I mean, this is a very creative, outgoing month for you. I would definitely say that you are opening up more to fun this month. I feel like you're looking at your finances. I'd also say that as I said, around about July time, maybe in July, August, I feel there is a large purchase there. So I would say that you're giving money for something there that you really enjoy and will enjoy. And I would say shop around because you're going to get a really good deal on it, okay? Don't look at the first thing that you come across to purchase. You can find it elsewhere for lower money. Now, as we move out of August into September, we have the astronaut adventure. Okay, so this is basically about exploration, expansion. Okay, I feel like you are promising yourself to take more risks this year, and that's exactly what you're going to do. This card indicates that you are moving out of your usual parameters. Okay, so this indicates that you're taking an educated risk. For example, you're doing something that you haven't done before. So whatever that is, it's going to be different for everyone. I feel like you're going to experience something new that will help clear your mind, and it's outside your usual parameters. If you think about the space man there, he goes out of the Earth's atmosphere. So it could be that you're exploring new things in the neighborhood, could also be that you're exploring new ideas, maybe even exploring a relationship in a different way, or a friendship. Some of you, not all of you, I'm getting a small percentage of some of you. I feel this energy of you looking for love, of course. And of course, there is a big month here for you about love in your heart. So, I feel some of you could meet someone at the beginning of the year, but you really establish a relationship later on. But if you're already in a relationship, it could be that you explore the relationship in a new way round about the month of September. There is a little figure in the center with an umbrella. Umbrellas represent protection. You're free to explore new environments, have new ideas, go out on a limb. This would be a month where you would just say it or see it or just do it and see how it goes. It's like uncertain. You're not sure what's out there, but you're venturing out there anyway. Bold and daring. This is an exciting month for you. And I feel this is a curious month as well. You're sort of giving onus to your wonder, okay? It's like you're wondering with curiosity what else is out there for you. So it could be a strong month for you to be exploring options. Again, once you find all the ingredients of what you're looking for in life, we all get to a plateau. We get to a certain level and go, wow, accomplished that. So grateful to the universe, really thankful. for what's next. You enjoy it for a time, and then you start to look for the alternative or look for building upon. And I feel like you're doing that throughout the year, building more upon whatever it is that you've accomplished. I mean, also, some of you may explore alternative ways of earning money. This would be a big month for you to look at different streams of income, or perhaps embracing new ideas. Perhaps some of them you've had earlier in the year, but you haven't had time to really look at them. You may explore them during this time. I mean, in terms of your career, if you're in a job, for example, or a career, I feel this is about you doing something that's wild and wonderful and completely out there that sets you apart. Because if you think about it, this is about you venturing forward, where they always say no man has ever gone before. But of course, man has gone out there before, but not very many. So it could be that you're doing something that not very many people do or accomplish or can complete. So it could be that, for example, if you've promised yourself at the beginning of the year that you're going to be like training for a marathon or doing something that is going to be wild and wacky, I would say that this is about you exploring the options and being really proud of yourself and just going for it and noticing that you're making a difference there. So it is number 2, which is High Priestess energy. And I would say this is also about kind of like expanding your mind, expanding your reach, expanding your business, expanding your finances, and expanding your heart space. So I would just say that, you know, you're kind of like a little bit out there. Now, we do have the Devil card to clarify that. So that can indicate as you're about to do something bold and daring and new, there can be a little bit of anxiety or fear. So it could be that suddenly you discover a root cause of something that perhaps has been holding you back. The Devil card is a very interesting card because basically, especially this one, it highlights this figure that looks like, you know, something a little bit ominous there, a little bit of a devil there. You're like, okay. But then when you actually dig a little bit deeper, you find the source. You know, it's a hand. And it's creating these pair of hands there, creating the image. So it's like seeing beyond the fear, seeing what the root cause is, seeing what the real thing is, rather than just the illusion of it. And I feel, for some of you, this is about you shining a light on a fear of where you feel a little bit like hesitant to do something new, bold, or daring, or go out on a limb, or be a maverick in some area. I mean, you're a fire element, okay? So you're really passionate, bold, daring, and adventurous anyway, but we all have a limitation in some area, and it could be something you're not even aware of, but it comes up when you're about to do something. I would say don't fear the process. I would say you've got this. It's clarified again by the sun, which means you conquer this. Again, it seems to be the light and the dark in your sort of reading for the year, and you conquering these areas of your life that you feel hesitant to. Also, I would say, you know, literally the spaceman is removing himself from the atmosphere. And of course, we've got the Devil card, which is all about drama. It's all about the stage. It's all about the hidden motives. It's about, you know, seeing below the surface, and it's about shining your light there. I mean, in terms of world events, we could actually see something exposed in this month, okay? Maybe something to do with space. Never know, with what's going on at the moment, who knows? But also with the Devil card there, it could also be something that's been hidden for quite some time that's now finally out there, and it feels out there, because remember, this year is going to be a little bit weird, okay? So it could be something like that. But in terms of personal energy, I feel some of you could actually realize that you've removed yourself so far from something that was a temptation or a toxicity or something that you've been trying for a long time to get rid of, but you realize 2025 was the year to really break free from it, okay? Now I'm just going to pull some final cards on that before we move to the next month. Thank you so much for guys, guardian angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Leo? What do they need to know for their highest good? Okay, so we've got the Six of Swords. Okay, so that's moving on from troubled times. This is a card of, you know, moving away from chaos. You know, this can be a month of testing your limits, because Six of Swords is a test. So some of you may literally have a test. Could be that you're taking a driving lesson test, or you're at college, university, or you've put yourself on that course of learning and you're taking a test. Could also be that you felt tested during the month before and this month at some point, but you've risen above it. You've, you know, basically conquered it. You've done something that perhaps none of your family have ever done before. You know, Six of Swords indicates a rite of passage month, which means, you know, that you are shifting your awareness. It can also be that you're moving away from difficulty. This figure is literally moving out of troubled waters there, protected by spirit and guarded. It could also be that, you know, you're discovering new lands or new landscapes. I see a lot of you, if you're going on a vacation, it could be to a place you've never been before as well there. But, you know, this figure, the history of this card is they are about to go to a new environment, or, you know, somewhere feels uncertain, but they're protected when they are on the journey there. So again, it's like the spaceman. Nobody knows. The journey is uncertain, but it's trusting the process. And the umbrella says you're protected to actually explore your options during this time. You've got this. Okay. Now, also, the Six of Swords can indicate that some of you have you know, something on your mind that you're going to do, but perhaps you feel before it didn't go well, or you are preempting and expecting troubles ahead. But actually, I feel it's time to shift your awareness in this month and realize, actually, you've got this. Nothing is going to stop you in your endeavors. You're pretty much unstoppable this year. Now, as we move into October, we have the heart. Okay, so this is about you checking in with your heart. It's basically a measure to see if you're on target there. Of course, it says life, breathe. Okay, so this is a big month to relax and realize that you have got this, to tap in deeper to your inner landscape. It's number 27. When you reduce it, it's 9, Hermit energy. But this card, it literally means that, you know, you are kind of like focusing on your breath, grounding yourself, allowing yourself to be gentle with yourself, and allowing your breath to guide in your kind of pace and your energy. Some of you may do some somatic workouts, and you may see like an impact on your body and your mind and soul because of it. This card can also indicate that there is a place for allowing your mindfulness to take center stage. So it could be a big month for you to, you know, book a course or book some Pilates or meditation or connect to some mindfulness. I feel like you're paying attention to your breath this month. And of course, this is about, you know, giving yourself more time and more space, not rushing around. Rushing around is the next month. Okay, so you got a lot to look forward there too. But I feel this is about, you know, checking out movies, going to galleries, you know, seeing new art. It's about expressing yourself. It's about listening to music. It's about really kind of like transcending. And I feel there's a lovely energy about it where you're just thinking in a philosophical way about life and how important it is and how transformative it is. So, you know, the heart space indicates you're doing more things you love in this month. It indicates love comes to the forefront, your relationships, your friendships, and things that you really love doing for you. We've got the Hermit. I did mention it was a number 9 energy, so it's definitely playing out that way there too. Hermit is to withdraw into self, to really like cozy down with a good movie, or, you know, spend some time inside with friends, people getting together in the home space, for example, recharging your batteries, people coming over. You know, the bear can also indicate a very protective energy, protecting your energy against overstimulation, for example, during that month. We've also got the World card, and we've got the Hierophant. So, I mean, this can indicate, of course, that you've been very much focused on your goals the whole month, and you are reaching your goals. The World card tells me you're very productive this year. You're going to be on target. There's a lot of success around you. Things are blossoming. And with the Hermit energy, it can indicate that you're just taking stock of your successes and celebrating your wins, allowing yourself a moment of glory, because normally you're always on to the next target, and you don't give yourself time to really wallow in that excitement. You're like, yay, I did it. Right, what's next? But the Hierophant there can also be about having faith, okay, that things are working out. There is a time for, you know, community. There's a time for being on your own, and you learned that this balance gives you the time to breathe and get variety as being a spice of life there. Also, I feel some of you complete some sort of like learning, like it just feels like maybe this is where you get the qualification. If you complete or pass a test in the previous month, you could finally get that qualification or certification in the month of October there. Also, the World card that keeps popping out, it means you're going to be very productive, but you're in the flow. You've got this. I feel it's not really a chaotic month for you. I feel actually this is a nice month for you, and I feel you'll deepen your faith. There could be a very important date also that you'll honor in that month. So it could be that you light a candle for someone or celebrate someone's birthday, for example. Also, with the Hierophant, I feel this is about you doing something traditional. And it may be something traditional for yourself or your belief system during this month. You know, yeah, I mean, October is also like a month where we have things like Samhain, Halloween, that sort of thing, where we honor the ancestors. So it could be that, you know, you're honoring people that you are close to that has passed over. What else am I getting with that? I mean, there's a strong energy of marriage in that month as well. So it could be that, you know, this month is all about the love. Either some of you have booked to get married already, or, you know, it could be that you are attending a wedding, or perhaps it's that you meet someone and you can see that actually you're going to marry this person. So there's a lot of marriage energy around. We've got the Seven of Wands, which means you're at your personal best. And we got the Wheel of Fortune, fate. Okay, so if you are getting married in this month, definitely destined to happen in that month. And of course, you're at your personal best. Seven of Wands indicates that, you know, you're unstoppable in your passions, but also, you know, you are at your peak. So also with the Wheel of Fortune, of course, expect some nice surprises during this month that you're going to like. Seven of Wands can indicate there's a little bit of pressure. So it could mean that, you know, although it's nice, it feels like you got a lot to do. So I would say this is again about protecting your inner peace, inner calm, but also protecting your energy. Seven of Wands can also indicate that you're not giving up on something, that you're sustaining your effort on something, and you just feel like you're in the flow. The Wheel of Fortune indicates good news or something that you've been battling away to accomplish. You see a reward in that. You see that it's all coming together. Now, I have to say that November is looking a little bit of a pacey month for you. You're going to be completely busy. There's going to be a lot of rush going on there. I would say don't rush around too much. You may miss something, but this card indicates there's a lot of motion. There's a lot of progress, improvement, and movement, but ultimately, I feel like you are a force to be reckoned with. You're rushing around, you're doing something. It feels like you're in the flurry of activity. It says motion air. A lot of you will be communicating a lot. Text messages, phone calls, emails. I feel like a lot of administrative tasks. Also, this card, it can indicate that you're just on the go. Okay, you have a lot to do, and I feel this is about you kind of like making sure that you keep everything in the flow there. It's number 22 when you reduce it, of course. Actually, 22 you shouldn't really reduce. 11 and 22 you shouldn't really reduce. So it is a master number. So I feel like you're completely in the flow. But if you do kind of reduce it, it is 4. So it does mean balance and harmony there as well. But, this card, it indicates that, you are grounded, that you are kind of being flexible. You're allowing yourself freedom of thought. You're moving according to the energy that you've got. You're being more resourceful. You're standing up for what you believe in. And I really feel that this is about you, making headway and motion. There's big motion here. Now, for some of you, and I don't like to mention this, but there could be like a major storm in your area around about this time. Okay, I just want you to be aware of that. We're going to pull some cards on it. I didn't mention like twisters. I do feel like there's significant twisters this year, bigger than usual. So if you're prone to having like a tornado in your area, I would say, there could be a mammoth one. Okay, but looking at the energy of the month after, I just feel like, you did what you normally do and it was fine. Okay, so that's what's coming out there as well. Look at this. I mean, every time I shuffle this deck for you, you're getting the same cards. So the world, I feel like you're on target with your goals. Some of you may even, gain new knowledge, but this is, of course, having faith, doing something traditional. So again, it could be some sort of celebration or some sort of feast date there that you're going to be honoring. But the world card indicates you're still on top of your goals. There's a measure of success around you in the month of November, but also most of the year there, and I feel like you're just completing a lot of tasks. Okay, some of you may actually enlist advice from a person or an institution around about this time regarding either finances or perhaps some of you, if you're thinking about moving abroad and you're just getting things legally set up there, I feel you could complete on the process and suddenly you are finalizing everything and then you're on the move. So that could be a big month there as well. I would say this is a hotbed month economically. Okay, there could be some turbulent energy round about that month regarding the stock market or economic markets in general. We've got the Page of Swords, be vigilant. So as I said about the twister, it's like, keeping an eye on something, being vigilant. It's like you see it coming, or you're aware it's coming. You're not taken by surprise by this. Also, the Page of Swords indicates that lots of new ideas for you. So this could be brainstorming on how to move forward. You're thinking about the following year ahead. And also, the Page of Swords is a quick thinking energy. You're shrewd, you're tactful, you are making major decisions. You're a good negotiator. So it could be contracts, for example, or it could be something that you feel has the potential to cloud your judgment or, not be positive for you, but your quick thinking actions negotiate a better deal or make it right in spite of circumstances. Also, some of you may hear about a gossip or a scandal in and around this time as well. And it kind of like, how can I put that? What I want to say, and it is connected to horses, is like to close the door after the horse has bolted. That kind of energy. So it could be that there's something intuitively you're aware about a person or situation and it's been on your mind and you've been ruminating on it, but then it happens. You're like, oh, I knew it was going to happen. Yeah, I knew it was going to happen. And it's like something should have been done about it beforehand, but I don't feel like it has a major impact. I feel it's connected to gossip or scandal, okay? Page of Swords, the main energy I'm getting with that air is like a lot of you may use the internet, or there may even be like power outages or something going on with the internet in and around this month where you may use an alternative in order to communicate, for example. So that's coming through there as well. But ultimately, I feel pages are news. So it could be news that has the power to shake up your world a little bit. Horses are always positive. It means to make progress. So there could be something that is transformative that occurs in the month of November for you where you really need to investigate it further. You're curious about it, that's for sure. And I feel it's something that could actually, be very positive indeed because, these horses are coming out of the storm clouds. So it feels like you're breaking free from something or removing yourself from something that could have been challenging or difficult. It feels like you're not getting caught up in that, okay? Now, finally, we have dark matter, mystery, okay? So, this can be that you are moving into December, you're not sure what 2026 is going to hold for you, but I feel like you realize that the year that you've been through, whilst you've had some ups and downs, I feel there are some moments where you're just keeping life running smoothly. There's a lot of wins along the way, but I feel there is some months for radical change. I would say the big months for you for change would be April and July and, of course, November, okay? Maybe in a cusp period as well as you move from July into August, but I feel you look at the year. It's like you're taking stock in December and realizing that it was a big year of change and you had to remain flexible in order to, move through and navigate the way. Now, it's number 38, which of course is 11. So that's a really positive number. It's a soul path. You stuck to your intentions. You're on course. Yes, you had to be flexible. And yes, you've changed. But also a lot of portals opened up, which you were finding weird and wonderful. And, lots of lovely synchronicities there as well for you. So I feel, oh my God, said pick that up again. So I'm just picking up and touching the energy before I finally close this part of your reading. With number 38, it can indicate that, the world still has mystery and, there's still more that you want to see. You don't complete everything. You complete what you set out to do, but you want to know what's next. And also, it can indicate that sometimes it's really hard to measure progress, especially when you're in the middle of something. just because you don't see it doesn't mean you haven't made progress. So I feel this is also about you knowing that you don't have to have all the details of what is yet to come, that you are armed with tools to take things to the next level in your life in 2026. And I feel this is an energy of having faith that everything is coming together. Everything transforms for a reason. And of course, everything is interconnected, as you'll see. You know, there's lots of connection between these butterflies. Also, I feel that you leave the year keeping something a secret. Okay, so this could be something that you're transforming. I don't think it's a negative secret. I feel like you're just keeping your plans to yourself. There's something brewing, shall we say, and I feel it's quite positive for you, but you may not be wanting to tell anybody about it. So let me just pull some cards before I close this part of your reading. We have the Death card, which is of course the end of the year, the end of the month, and look at that, we've got the Sun. So it's like a positive end to the year. I feel like, yes, there's been a lot of change. I feel you're making new intentions for the year ahead, perhaps adding to your intentions, feeling really proud of yourself that you stuck to your intentions. And you know, the Sun card indicates you're shining your light. I would also say that this is a big month for you to be a little bit more sociable as well in December there. The Death card signals, you know, basically being ready for a fresh new start, being ready for the end of the year, and, you know, releasing anything that has been stagnant or made you feel obsessive or worried or negative. I feel like, you know, you move through this month and, of course, the year shining your light, knowing when you have to kind of pause and rest. You transform your energy more than anything this year, and I feel like you leave the year on a high. But there is some change in and around the month of December for you. So let me just see that there again. I would also say, yeah, the Death card can, you know, it's not to be feared. It can also indicate, because I'm feeling strong energy from someone who, like, is in your family lineage, who passed, you know, many years ago, or like, you know, yeah, I'm just getting an energy that they've passed before 2025. This person makes their presence known again in December. Please ask for a sign or a symbol from this person because they will give it. A lot of you are going to see ladybugs this year as a measure of success, as a measure of good luck, and also protection, and also a measure of balance, because right now I'm seeing a ladybug, but with 6 dots. I don't think they normally have 6 dots on their little wings. I'm just seeing 3 on each side, okay? Maybe they got 4 on each side normally. I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to look that up or take a look at ladybug there. Hopefully I get to see one as well, but because I have a Leo moon. But we've got the 8 of Wands, which means movement forward, progress, good news. So good news, 8 of Wands, good news reaching you. I feel like people you haven't heard from in a while, you may see them or, you know, go out and have fun with them. You're in the flow. I also feel that things start to gather space and time. And I feel this is about celebrating swift changes. There's transformation and even travel. I see travel happening for you in December there too. Okay, so I'm just going to pull some final cards. Any messages, anything that got left out, anything that my guides want you to really be aware of for this year? Oh, one more. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Leo? Thank you. And we have also one from this deck. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Leo, 2025? Okay, so we have, let's get these in order. We have the mask. Remove your mask and learn to live the way you are. Live original. What's hidden? Hiding true self and lies. Okay, so I feel this is not really about lies, to be honest. I feel this is about you living your authentic life. I feel this is about you kind of like speaking your truth and following your plans accordingly. I also feel you do leave the year on a secret. So I feel this is about like something hidden perhaps that you'll reveal in 2026 to people, but that's coming out there as well. So I feel this is about living your truth, okay? And living your life according to how you feel it should go rather than what's expected to you. Finding the alternative path. We've also got waiting. And it says there, while you're waiting, ask yourself, is it worth the wait? Maybe that's why the Hangman came up a lot and the Sun. Because it's like you're asking yourself, is this worth the wait? If anyone is making you wait, What are you getting out of it? You know, so this could be a question you're going to ask yourself a lot. Expectation, hopeful, delays, and stagnation. Okay. We've also got differences. You can learn from people who are different from you. Culture, age, conflict, opposites, and attraction. Okay, so definitely some sort of relationship coming in if you're single, for example. But also, I would say that there's a lot of you expanding your mind this year, and it feels very much like you could be looking at different cultures, different places, learning from those places. We've also got the spirit dance. Life is a dance between making it happen and letting it happen. And that's what I was saying about your energy. There's a time to go after it and a time to sit back and accept it. You know, so I feel like you're in the flow. Movement, guiding spirit, and flexibility. That also came out for your year ahead. We've got, you won't always feel alone. You're attracting your soul tribe. So if you have felt a little bit isolated or alienated, or your friendships changed in 2024, I feel like you're evolving to meet new people. And there are a lot of moments where you're going to spend time in community, especially in the middle of the year there. I feel a lot of festivals or communal events, people coming together, networking, that sort of thing. I feel like you are building your community. And also, don't allow a scarcity mindset to limit your success. There's a lot of success this year for you, so I'm very excited about that too. Just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Okay, so we've got one, and it's the anchor, to feel grounded. But also some of you going overseas, this could be also that, of course, you know, to ground yourself during times where it feels like a little bit overwhelming. But the anchor is always lowered where you are going to spend some time. So this is about when you spend time, really be the soul of that place. But also this is about where you feel is home. The anchor grounds you where you feel there is home there. So I feel this is very positive for you. And some of you are going to do a lot of traveling this year. The sea is going to be relevant for you a lot there. So I will leave it there. I mean, I'm just seeing a tattoo of an anchor as well before we close your reading. So it could be like this year it really makes a mark on you. It doesn't have to be actual. It can be just metaphorical. It could be like that. You know, this is a year for grounding. It's a year for exploring and knowing that you can go off and explore just like a ship, okay? You're flexible to go off and do your own thing, but you can, you know, go to a place where you feel like you want to kind of like embark on a different adventure, lower the anchor and say, I'm going to stay here a while and I'm going to explore what this has to offer. And then I'm going to take up the anchor and I'm going to go somewhere else. So it's really about, you know, variety, spice of life. So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Leo. I hope something resonates. I'm actually doing another competition, and I hope that you know, you want to take part in it. The competition is actually to win a free personal reading from me. All you have to do to win that competition is to put in the comments box below a heart and an emoji of the world. Okay, and at the same time when you do that, please take a couple of minutes to really visualize the world and see it in the light, you know, in a light of protection, because I feel 2025, we need a lot of that. So that's all I ask of you. And I'll enter you all into that competition, and I'll announce the winner as we move into February of 2025. Okay, so I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, and love and light.